Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and as we get into tonight's video newsletter, the first thing that I wanted to bring to your attention is that typically the first Friday of each month is going to be met with non-farm payroll data. But given that the government is currently shut down, we will not be getting that data tomorrow. Now, it is still listed here on the Forex Factory website, but all the same, I just didn't want you to be looking at that, the hour before the cash markets open and wonder where it's going to be coming from, because again, we won't be seeing that. So what I'll be looking for is, can we get a little bit more of the typical dip buy that we've been seeing? Speculating on where we open tomorrow morning, it's always a little bit of a dicey thing, right? I don't know what the futures are going to do overnight, but I will tell you that if you get some type of a modest gap down lower tomorrow, I'm going to be looking for that to hold as support, very similar to how we did today. Today got down into 6,700. That big 00 value was the place to be bought up. I had another zone here at 6,680 that I thought would be of the most critical import, and I'm basically going to head into tomorrow the same way. So if we do end up gapping up lower or trade lower within the first 30 minutes to hour of the cash session, that is what I'm going to be looking to as support. Then I'm going to be targeting up here at 6750. So that is my plan heading into tomorrow. Obviously subject to change depending on what the overnight brings. Got to stay flexible. But given what we saw really from Wednesday and then today, I think that's a solid framework for what you can look for on Friday. Now that's a view of the S&P, and again, wanting to make sure that you are aware of the government shutdown, etc. But I also want to bring you a few stock picks. Now, the way that I do stock picks in these YouTube videos is to give you the parameters. I'm not going to tell you that this Thursday afternoon when you're viewing this that the product is necessarily on sale, but I am telling you that there is a setup here that you're going to want to look at for, can you give me the next 3 months? The idea is that this 444 swing high in Coinbase is going to be exceeded as long as we stay above the swing low at 291. So obviously from where we are right now down into 291 is a very large margin. I don't want to have to hold positions all the way down into a fresh new low, but I do have to be willing to hold bullish positions into a rising 21 EMA. So there are ways that it could pause here. I see the 618, I see the gap, but any of this that comes back over the course of the next 7 to 10 days, I think positions you for a move up into something like 500 in those 3 months. So that's just a pattern that I like to look for in price. And then when I can combine that with a daily squeeze, it's something worth having on your watch list. Now, another one I'd like to show you here is AMD, right? If you see that pattern that I just showed you in Coinbase, you can probably see the pattern in AMD, right? So both of these are on the daily time frame. You've got the squeeze in its mature state showing that it has compressed for 3 to 5 days is kind of the sweet spot that I like for those standard compression dots. And same way of thinking, 186 is our swing high, 149 is the swing low, and provided those swing lows are not taken out, sure, you could pause at this 618, but stay above here, and I think we are headed up into here. And I think that provides, again, a helpful roadmap for the next 2 to 3 months. The longer your horizon, the easier to call movement. Like trying to tell you what happens tomorrow, I don't know if I have the best feel for it. Of course, we already covered it in the SPX, but I don't know what AMD will do. It could be up and then down on Monday and Tuesday. But if you can buy it on any of that backing and filling, look for targets up here again into about 200 for AMD. I think that's a meaningful setup. And then the last one, which isn't as liquid in the options realm, and it's, a little bit bigger stock here, trading $326, but I like MDB with a fresh daily squeeze. So you've got a situation here where the gap is due to earnings. So the market is presented with material information that it likes. You see that really solid move to the upside. You consolidate that and build out. That consolidation forms a squeeze. When that histogram starts to turn up, you start looking for your opportunity back up through this previous swing high at 370. So those are a few of my favorite charts that I've had in my watch list. I hope they give you a helpful view of the market heading into the next couple of months. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So y'all have a great night, and I hope to see you in the chat room tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with SimplerTrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at SimplerTrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.